Hi, so for my informational interview, I talked with Madeline Marino, who's the Group Vice President of Human Resources at Spectrum Medical Science. She currently resides in Glen Rock, New Jersey. And one of the first things we talked about was what a typical day on the job looks like for her. So she started off by saying that no 2 days are the same. And basically, it's always kind of changing. So she stated that she starts her day off with different leadership meetings that kind of are focused around different workforce data, culture initiatives, and employee engagement initiatives as well. And all of her decisions and all the conversations she has are backed on supporting both the employees and the business goals. So it's kind of working on supporting the employees so that they can make the business a better place and having more productive and focused teams. And she said that one of the favorite things about her job is that the ripple effect that it kind of has. So she was saying that she loves to watch the employees take her feedback and take the different things that they need to fix in order to meet the initiatives better and kind of see how that goes throughout the organization and how just influencing two people can have like a big role on the whole company. And even just when they decide to implement a new initiative in the company, how it changes the culture at that spectrum. And then I decided to throw in my own question based off of a typical day in her job, and I kind of asked about the corporate culture. So she said that Spectrum is a very inclusive environment that supports collaboration, inclusivity, and empowerment. She said it's a very positive workplace, and it can get very stressful since she has a pretty big role there. But she said that employees are welcome to speak freely about what they think, and she really values taking their feedback. And Spectrum really does a good job of driving innovation and all the creative ideas that they have in order to make it strong. So, one thing that was interesting about Madeline is that she started off as a psychology major and then she earned her master's in individual and organizational psychology. So she wasn't a business major, which I thought was very interesting. But she was always has been fascinated about the way people think, and kind of that psychological point behind business, and that definitely connects to human resources because you're focusing on the employee's behavior and also you're also kind of looking at the customers as well. Um, and she said that some skills that led her to where she is today is number one, communication. Because communicating is so strong, especially in human resources, it drives the industry, and it also um, allows for ideas to flow better and allows for work to really get done because without the communication it would really be messy and there would be too many different ideas and not enough unity to be able to implement anything. And she also said that trust, especially for her, she was saying that trust is a big thing because a lot of business professionals are very focused on themselves and making them the most money. So having that trust is very important to her. Um, and then for the networking aspect, she said that networking is like one of the most important things she learned while working in business because it allowed her to move or to switch roles between American Express and Spectrum. So she was saying that while at American Express, she collaborated with with a fellow executive, and he later left and moved to Spectrum, and then I think he reached out to her about a new job opening, and that was because she stayed in contact with him and was able to talk to him about how his job was going and how it's still going back at American Express. She was able to keep that connection strong, and it allowed her to switch roles and become in the current leadership position that she has today. So without that networking and keeping in contact with a friend, even if it's not with the motivation of, oh, maybe this guy can help me in the future, it's still going to keep those relationships. Um, and getting to the top and getting where you want to be doesn't always happen immediately. You need to be able to build it up because takes time. So Madeline talked to me about both sides of AI in the HR industry because she was saying that it's improving HR because they're able to like scan resumes faster and it helps improve the recruiting process, and it also helps predict turnovers, and it allows they can like specialize to what Spectrum's looking for and then help them just be more accustomed to what the company's looking for that maybe might not be unified across all the different employees. So AI can definitely have a positive benefit, but she believes that it can't replace all the HR workers because it lacks the human empathy and the human judgment. Because AI doesn't really have the judgment that people have. So it can help, but she doesn't think it could fully take over, because HR is such a people-driven profession. So kind of what I said before, what Madeline loves most about her job is being able to see how her hard work progresses throughout the organization. And it's also about how she's positively impacting the people she's working with. And she thinks it's incredibly rewarding. And she really feels like a sense of like gratitude. And she said it makes her very proud to see how her work improves both employee experience and then the business results from it as well. So she thinks um, um, that she's always learning and she's always developing new skills. And one way she does that is by being very responsive to feedback. So when you have a senior position, it can be very easy to just ignore what the people below you are saying and kind of just think that you're ahead of them, so you must be right. But she said that listening to feedback can only make her better and make her a better leader. And being very selfish and not listening to anybody will get you nowhere, and it also won't help you grow as a person. And then she also loves to read different like research and leadership books on how she could be a better leader and better in her position, because growing is always important in industry, especially when you have such an important role at a job. And then she said the best piece of advice for a student starting out is to learn from every experience. You're not always going to get an internship, you're not going to always get a job, and being able to grow in a company is very difficult and very time consuming. But you just need to like take what feedback you're getting and learn from it, and know that you can always go up and you can always progress, and you'll get where you need to be if you work hard. And she also said, don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to ask questions and take stuff that's like kind of outside of your comfort zone. Um, just to take those risks, because risk equals reward for her, in her own opinion. So after talking to Madeline, I thought it was very informing, because human resources is definitely like an industry that I've been looking into, because I'm still undecided within the business school. I don't know what exactly I want to do, but just hearing about how much she loves helping people and working in HR and her passion kind of really helped me strongly consider HR. I'm not saying that I'm definitely um locked into it, but it was great to hear about how she is always working to make the business place a positive place, and how she's not only just working with her employees, she's like working on the business as a whole. So she's very dedicated to Spectrum. Um, and yeah, it was very informational to get to talk to her. And I had a really good time doing this interview. Thank you.